give details of the meeting.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you, members. And this is the annual council meeting on the 28th of April, as the Chairman has just stated. And just to let everybody know that the meeting today will be recorded, and a recording of the meeting will be made available on the council's website within the next 2 working days. Just to let everybody know that if there is a problem with the technology, we will adjourn the meeting and then recommence a little time afterwards, just so that any technical problems can be overcome. But hopefully everything will work and be fine for this afternoon's meeting. Obviously, the meeting will follow the agenda that's been circulated to you, and if you do need to attract the attention of the chairman during the meeting, if you could use the chat facility, please, as it's not always possible to see the hand when the hand is raised. I'll now ask the monitoring officer to Mrs. Wellman to conduct the normal roll call for these meetings. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members. When I call your name, if you could let me know that you're present and confirm that you can see and hear the proceedings, please. So starting with Councillor Bartlett, please.
Hello, good afternoon. Councillor Bartlett, representing Dunware Ward. I confirm that I can hear and see everything.
Thank you. Councillor Bayliss.
Afternoon, Councillor Bayliss from Dunware Ward, can hear and see everything.
Thank you. Councillor Betty, please.
Good afternoon, Councillor Anthony Betty from the King's Isle Ward. I can hear and see everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Bolt.
Good afternoon, Brian Bolt, board member for Cannington and Wemden. I can see and hear the meeting.
Thank you. Councillor Bradford.
Good afternoon, everyone. Alan Bradford representing North Petherton, and I can hear and see everyone quite clearly.
Thank you. Councillor Bruce.
Good afternoon, yes, Councillor Hilary Bruce, representing Fairfax in Bridgewater, and I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Caswell, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. Councillor Mike Caswell, representing the Quantox Ward. I can clearly hear and see everything.
Thank you. Councillor Clayton.
Hi, Peter Clayton, Burnham-on-Sea North, Chairman of the Council for the last time, and I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Cordiner, please. Councillor Cordiner. Okay, moving on. Councillor Costello.
Yes, good afternoon, Councillor Polly Costello, ward member Wedmore and Mark. I can see and hear you. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Crowe.
Good afternoon, Barry Crowe speaking. I can from Puriton and Woolhavington, and I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Dudridge, please.
Yeah, good afternoon all. Councillor Lance Dudridge representing Bridgewater, Victoria, and I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Dyer. Councillor Dyer. Okay. Councillor Facey, please.
Yes, good afternoon all. Councillor Mike Facey, Burnham-on-Sea North, can see and hear all. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Filmer.
Yeah, good afternoon, Councillor Bob Filmer, representing Knoll Ward, and I can see and hear the whole meeting.
Thank you. Councillor Finneran.
Good afternoon, Councillor Paul Finneran, representing Cheddar and Shipman Ward. I can see and hear everyone clearly. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Gibson.
Hello, good afternoon. Representing Bridgewater, Eastover, and I can hear and see the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Gilling, please.
Good afternoon, Councillor Andrew Gilling, representing the Knoll Ward. I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Glassford.
Good afternoon. Alec Glassford, representing Fairfax Ward, Bridgewater. I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Godwin Pearson.
Good afternoon, Graham Godwin Pearson here from Axbridge, from Axvale, sorry, rather tired. I can hear and see everything.
Thank you. Councillor Granter.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, Councillor Graham Granter, representing the Fairfax Ward in Bridgewater, and I can confirm I can see and hear everyone loud and clear.
Thank you. Councillor Grimes.
Good afternoon, everybody. Councillor Tony Grimes, representing Barrow and Breen Ward. I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Harvey, please.
Councillor Harvey, Burnham Central. I can see and hear. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Healy.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Mark Healy, representing Puriton, Woollavington, and including Cossington. And I can confirm I can see and hear everything clearly. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Hendry.
Good afternoon, Chair and Councillors. Councillor Alistair Hendry, Burnham-on-Sea Central. Thank you. I can hear and see everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Haywood.
He's not present today, Mrs. Wellman.
Thank you. Councillor Human. Councillor Human.
He was here.
Yes, I know.
Uh-oh. Councillor Human. I didn't get the mute off properly, sorry. Councillor Human, representing Markham Wedmore Ward. I can see and hear you clearly.
Thank you. Councillor Keane, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Janet Keane, Highbridge and Burnham Marine. I confirm that I can see and hear the entire proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Kingham.
Good afternoon. Councillor Stuart Kingham, representing the West Poldens, and I can hear and see.
Thank you. Councillor Levy, please.
Good afternoon, Councillor Liz Leary, Hamp Ward, Bridgewater. I confirm I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Lilly.
Good afternoon, it's Rachel Lilly. I'm phoning in so I can hear everything, but I can't see anything. Thank you.
That's fine. Thank you. Councillor Matthews.
Yeah, Councillor Alan Matthews, representing Highbridge and Burnham Marine. Yeah, I can confirm I can see and hear everything.
Thank you, Councillor Matthews. Councillor McGinty.
Thank you. Yes, just to confirm I'm present. I represent the East Poldham Ward and I can see and hear clearly. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Methley.
Councillor Lisa Methley, Cheddar and Shipham. I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Murphy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Councillor Mike Murphy, representing Burnham North. I can hear and see everything.
Thank you. Councillor Pay.
Good afternoon, Councillor Julie Pay, representing the Quantock Ward. I can confirm I can hear and see everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Pearce.
Good afternoon, Kathy Pearce, Westover Ward, Bridgewater, and I confirm I can hear and see everyone. Also, Councillor Cordner is trying to get on, but she's having IT problems at the moment. I don't know if somebody can help, please.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Thank you.
Sort that out. Councillor Perry.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, Councillor Liz Perry, representing Kingsar Ward. I can confirm I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Redmond.
Hi, Councillor Lee Redmond. I can confirm I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Evans.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, colleagues. Councillor Bill Revens from North Petherton, leader of the Liberal Democrat group. I can confirm that I can see and hear everything clearly. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Riches.
Good afternoon, Charlie Richards from Cheddar and Shipham, and I can hear and see the meeting clearly. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, all, representing Bridgewater Dunware, and yes, I can see and hear everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Mrs. Scott.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Councillor Liz Scott here from Axvale, and I can confirm I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Slocum.
Good afternoon, Councillor Jill Slocum, Deputy Leader, representing Wyndham Ward, and I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Smedley.
Yeah, Brian Smedley, Bridgewater, Westover Ward. I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Wong.
Yeah, Councillor Gary Wong. I can confirm I can see and hear everything clearly.
Thank you. Councillor Woodman.
Councillor John Woodman, I confirm I can see and hear everything clearly.
Thank you. And then just going back, is Councillor Cordner with us now? No. Okay. And Councillor Dyer.
Councillor Dyer's contacted me. He's trying to get in and is having difficulties. He did yesterday for another meeting.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. In which case, Chairman, I'll hand back over.
Thank you. We do have some officers with us today. If we could do a roll call for them, please, starting with Bob Brown.
Good afternoon, Chairman. Bob Brown, Chief Executive. I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
And Doug Bamsey.
Good afternoon, Doug Bamsey, Deputy Chief Executive. I can confirm I can hear and see everything.
Alison Turner.
Good afternoon. I'm Alison Turner, Strategic Director and Section 5 Officer. I can confirm I can see and hear everything.
Excellent. Melanie Wellman.
Hello, Melanie Wellman, Assistant Director for Legal and Governance, and I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Is Claire Fawn with us today?
Yes, Claire Fawn, Corporate Relations Manager. I can hear and see everything. Thank you.
And Andrew Melhewish.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Yes, Andrew Melhewish, Democratic Service. I can see everything loud and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe there are other officers in attendance observing today. Right, if we move on then to the first item, that being the election of chairman for 2021-2022. If I can invite nominations for chairman of council, please.
Chairman, I'd like to nominate Councillor Alan Bradford for the role of chairman for the next municipal year. Alan's been a stalwart of North Petherton for many years and has led North Petherton Town Council as mayor. He's also served faithfully the farming community and Sedgemoor District Council for a number of years, and I happily nominate him for the role, Chairman.
And that's seconded, please.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. I'm delighted to second that nomination. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more nominations? No? Then I will ask for any abstentions or anybody voting against Alan Bradford for Chairman of Council. That appears to be unanimous. Over to Andrew.
Yes, Chairman, that is unanimous. There have been no abstentions and no one voting against. So I'll hand back to you to do the final part of the process.
Wonderful. With that, then, I'm pleased to confirm that Alan Bradford is duly elected as Chairman of Sedgemoor District Council for 2021-22. Well done, Alan. Before I formally hand over the chain to Alan, could I thank all the members and officers for all your support over the past 2 years. The time has simply flown by. In those 2 years, I think we have become more of a united council, both politically and socially, with some great cross-party working and some good outcomes for the residents within this district. It wasn't an early task initially, with having to learn so many new names and then eventually moving over to virtual meetings and the challenges that brought to us all. However, with your support, we all came through it, and now you are on mute is an everyday saying. Again, thank you to the officers, including Layla and Andrew, for looking after me and looking after my diary and chairman's schedule and all those other things as well. I was fortunate enough to attend lots of events in my first year, and they were all very enjoyable. And I met lots of people who do some great work within our district, and I've been very proud to represent Sedgemoor at those events, and I feel very honoured to have been able to do it. I'm sorry we didn't get a civic service during my term of office, but when I decided to have one big one service in the middle of my term, at that point, the words COVID-19 had never been thought about, so apologies for that. However, the theatre has now been totally refurbished and looks amazing, and we have managed to rebook the Medieval Babes towards the end of the year, so I will be inviting you all over for the show. They're an amazing choral group, and I'm sure you'll all love them. I'd like to congratulate Alan and wish him all the very best for his year, and I hope things start to return to normal for you in the very near future, and you can get out and about within our community and meet some of the incredible people. Thank you, Alan, and I formally hand the chain over to you.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I think the Leader of Council would like to speak, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd just like to say to the departing or not so departing Chairman of Council that he has indeed represented Sedgemoor District Council to a very high calibre during his 2 years as Chairman. He's been even-handed in his chairmanship of the meetings, and even during these weird times, he's gone that extra mile to support community groups and attend as many events that he can, socially distancing, of course, and wearing a mask. So I'm grateful for his dedication throughout this period, and I wish him all the well in his semi-retirement from chairmanship. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader.
Chairman, the Leader of the Labour Group, Councillor Smedley, would like to speak. Thank you.
If that's okay, I'd just like to obviously add our thanks to Peter Clayton for the term in office. He did indeed behave impartially throughout, as we'd expect of a chairman. So I'd just like to wish him well in the future and pass on the thanks of the Labour Group for that, and to assure him that the reason I'm wearing light blue today is in honour of his own support for Manchester City and their terminal decline as the best team in England after their defeat by Leeds the other week. Thank you very much for that, Peter.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Chairman. And also the Leader of the Liberal Democrat Group, Councillor Evans, would like to speak. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you very much. Just to echo the thanks to Peter for his exemplary chairmanship through the last 2 years. It's certainly been interesting and memorable times for your year in ways that I think none of us could have ever anticipated. You've handled all issues with dignity and impartiality, and we do thank you so much for your contribution. And I particularly welcome to my very good friend and opponent in North Petherton, Councillor Alan Bradford, to the chair. I'm sure we'll have an interesting couple of years ahead of us. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Bill.
Right.
Just be a short pause whilst the chains of office are put onto the Chairman of Council. Thank you.
What do I do about Janet?
I must comment on the speed of the transportation of the chain of office from Burnham-on-Sea to North Petherton in these COVID times is really quite impressive.
Thank you. Thank you, Leader.
Motorway must have been clear.
Right. I've got to give my declaration of acceptance now of office. Okay, councillors. First of all, what do I do about Janet? Thank you, Janet. Right. I, Councillor Alan Bradford, have been elected to the office of Chairman of Sedgemoor District Council, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. Okay, thank you, councillors.
Thank you, Chairman. I think it falls upon me as the Chief Executive to affirm that position. It's usually done by signing, so instead there'll be a declaration of affirmation. So as the proper officer for the council, I hereby affirm the appointment of Councillor Alan Bradford as Chairman of the Council. Congratulations, Councillor Bradford.
Thank you very much, Bob, and councillors, for all your support. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. I will do my best. At this point, I've got to say a few words, and I'm sure you'd like me to do that before we get into the full business of the afternoon. First of all, I'd like to welcome all members and officers here this afternoon. And you've got a happy farmer here today. It's had a bit of rain this morning, it's not enough. and you've got a bit of a humble councillor and a bit of a nervous one today, if I'm honest. You know, I feel the nerves a little bit today, which is quite understandable, I think. I've just got to give a rundown of my history of life. It won't take too many minutes. It's 13 years old. I was a stuttering pupil at Brymore School. I failed the first interview because they told my mum and dad I didn't talk enough. So I thought we'd change that, the second one, and I was accepted. Right, at 18-year-old, I was running my own business, my own farming business, and you learn a lot of running your mistakes that young in life. Family situation calls that, and that's how it was, okay? At 20-year-old, I was captain of a cricket team, North Newton cricket team. I was captain for 15 years, I think it was, and by God, that's when you learn how to handle people and how to deal with situations. It really is so much different. I've not had the best of luck in life regarding my health. My wife caught motor neuron disease at the age of 50, and 14 years ago, she passed away. But I was very, very fortunate in finding another good lady as Janet, and she's supported me ever since. But it's not a very nice illness. In fact, I ended up selling a farm holding to pay for my wife's carers and to water the house to make sure she stayed at home. And during that period of time, it was my wife, late wife Pam, who suggested to me I applied to get on the council, because you see, it wasn't enough for me just looking after her and staying at home and doing a bit of farming. It wasn't enough, one fulfilling my whole life. So I stood for council, and much to my surprise, I ended up topping the polls at North Petherton that particular year. And I've now been a district councillor for 14 years. But I've learned a lot of experience and been a member of North Petherton Town Council as well. That's where you learn, by making your mistakes sometimes, you know, and you just got to make them. And we all make a few gaffes now and again, you know. Poor old Duke of Edinburgh just passed away. He was quite honest to say he makes a few now and again. So I just make a few now and again, but that is life. That is life, you know. And I was fortunate enough to take over the mayorship of North Petherton some 6.5 years ago. And at the moment, I'm still representing North Petherton as the town mayor. And I'm very proud to represent, I really am, because it's a busy, up and growing council. We've gone to Division 4, Division 1 in a matter of 3 years, and there's an awful lot of work and a lot of commitment. But with the friends and everything, you get through. I'm also going to mention my mum and dad and family. Without the good upbringing we have in life to sustain us all through what we've got to put up with, you know, and we wouldn't be nothing really. And I just want to, and they'd be real proud they were here today. And I am a proud man to represent Sedgemoor District Council. I have 2 daughters. One's Alison. She's well into Wemden Cricket Club. Actually, she's a treasure out there. And my son-in-law, he's the chairman at Wemden Cricket Club as well. But my youngest daughter, she has a misfortune. Has had mental health problems ever since she was 18-year-old. They don't seem to go away. Not an easy thing to cope with in this present time. And I'm just going to say how good everybody has coped with this virus in the last year. It's been something totally thrown upon us. We've all had to get used to Zoom meetings, something I thought I'd never ever get used to in my life. I'm still not an expert now, but I can keep up with most people. I think I can. And so I want to thank all the officers for the last 12 months in doing what they've done, in particular IT, that they've let nobody down, and it's been fantastic. I think they keep council running in the sort of way it's been running, because it's a very united council. I can see that in the last 12 months. There's a lot of things have come together, and I'm so pleased to see that, because that's what you need in times of crisis. And it gets on my nerves sometimes when I see some of these television programs, and it just drives me nuts, you know. And when you've got to make a decision in crisis, sometimes you have to do it and not wait. And that's a bit like being a cricket captain, really. You've only got 6 balls in which to make your mind up. You're either a hero or you ain't nobody. Okay, so I want to thank you. I want to thank you all for your support this afternoon. And I will do my best, and I do mean that. You know, if anybody's got any issues at any time they want to discuss with me, whether it be councillors or officers at any time, feel free to have a little chat, because you know, I very much think I'm a people's person. That's why I seem to get things sorted out and done, you know. And but I am a very proud man. I'm nearly to tears, actually. Right. Sorry, right. Okay, so right, that's all the speaking I'm going to do now. We get on with the main business of the afternoon to get all the committees formed and everything else. And hello, leader's got his hand up. Councillor Leader.
Yeah, thank you, Alan. Thank you. I just wanted to comment that I'm so pleased that you managed to find your voice since those early days at Brimore School, and what a relief it is to all of us that you have. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Leader. I put that down to Metford Jeans. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Right. I'm going to invite members now to nominate the appointment of Vice Chairman of the Council.
Councillor McGinty.
Chairman, I'd like to, it gives me great pleasure in nominating Councillor Mike Facey for the role of Deputy Chairman for Sedgemoor District Council. Mike has been a feature of Burnham-on-Sea for many years, and I'm sure he will execute the role to his best ability, which will be way above that that we would come to expect of a deputy chairman, but he is clearly competent and clearly a capable person. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader. Have we got a seconder?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you and welcome to your new seat. I have great immense pleasure in seconding that nomination. I think you and Councillor Facey are going to be a formidable pair, and I look forward to this year. So I wish you both the very, very best.
Thank you for that, Councillor Slocum. Is there any further nominations for Vice Chairman of the Council?
Chairman, no, there don't appear to be any further nominations, so you can proceed to take a vote.
Right. Is there any abstentions or anybody against Councillor Facey, been Vice Chairman of the Council? I can see no hands. There's nothing in my chat box.
Doesn't appear to be, so continue, Chairman.
And I think it's unanimous. I think it's unanimous, Councillor. Okay. Right. So welcome, Mike Facey. You are duly appointed as Vice Chairman of Sedgwick District Council for the 2021 to 2022. Welcome to you. And I'm sure we should work very, very well together. Nice to have you on board.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Very much appreciated. My own personal views is the fact that it's a challenge that I always look forward to. Having done my apprenticeship with the dearly departed friend of mine, Neville Jones, but I never thought I'd have to go and do a door safe certificate to become Vice Chairman of the Council. But they told me, looking after you, Alan, I might need all the qualifications I could find. So I thought this will start at the top. I don't know about the judo lessons, but I'll just stick with the door safe for a moment. No, I say in jest, Alan. Great, we will work together. I'm sure we will. Thank you, Duncan. Thank you, Jill, for your support. And I look forward to Chairman and fellow councillors to working with you all across the board. And if I can do half the job that Peter Clayton did, I'll be well pleased. That's sort of the same as Alan was thinking. Peter's been a light to this council, and I'd like to thank him personally, Chairman, on all the residents of Burnham-on-Sea for what he's done, waving the flag for us at Sedgemoor. Thank you for that, Chairman. I do need to make a declaration, Chairman. Is that correct, Andrew?
Correct. You do a declaration of acceptance. Yes, please, Councillor Facey.
Thank you, Alan. Yeah, I, Councillor Mike Facey, having been elected to the office of Vice Chairman of Sedgemoor District Council, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. And thank you all again, councillors.
Thank you, Councillor Facey. And I'll just reiterate again the thanks to Peter Clayton in the last year, a very, very difficult year for everyone. You never seem to get rattled, Peter. You he's a real cool customer. He'd make a good 1 or 2 playing cricket, I think he would, you know, but he doesn't get into sport too much, unlike myself. So thank you, Peter. Enjoy your new career, whatever it's going to be doing, filling out some of the time. All right.
Thank you again, everybody. Thank you.
Right. Okay.
Chairman, in similar terms, should I just affirm the appointment of Councillor Facey as the deputy chairman?
Yes, please. Yes.
Thank you, Chairman. So, as the proper officer for the council, I hereby affirm the appointment of Councillor Mike Facey as the deputy chairman of the council. Congratulations, Councillor Facey.
Yes,
Thank you, Bob.
congratulations, Mike.
Very much appreciated. Thank you, Alan, and everybody else.
Congratulations to Mike. I hope we work well together, and I'm certain we will. Right. Okay. Agenda item number 3 this afternoon. Apologies.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Chairman, thank you very much. There's apologies received today from councillors Sue Barber and Tony Hayward.
Right. That's only 2 councillors missing today, is it?
I think there may be others missing, potentially due to technical problems, but those are the apologies that I've received, unless there are any others that need to be reported.
Thank you, Andrew, very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. Item number 4, appointments to the executive. I'm now going to invite the leader of the council to announce membership of the executive and the portfolio responsibilities.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you. I will say, just by way of introduction to this item, I had hoped to be able to bring forward changes to the executive at this meeting, but at the moment, with the uncertainty that there is in the world, I think it would probably be best until I hold off on making specific changes to the portfolios until June or July this year, when we have a better idea of how the council is being configured and also where we are moving towards with the unitary debate. So as a result of that, I can confirm that it is not my intention to increase or decrease the numbers of executive members in the future, but I reserve the right to change the portfolio holder responsibilities at a later council. So to confirm the existing executive, myself as chairman, Councillor Jill Slocum as deputy leader and inward investment and growth, Councillor Mike Caswell, infrastructure and transport, Councillor Lance Duddridge, customer access and digital delivery, Councillor Andrew Gilling, housing, Councillor Mark Healy, commercial and asset management, and Councillor Janet Keane, communities and wellbeing.
Thank you very much for that, leader. Thank you. Thank you. I see we've got 2 people in the chat box, which brings me on to the next item number 5, actually. Councillor Brian Smedley, I can come to you, please.
You're welcome to come to me. It might be from the previous item, though, but I've certainly welcomed the appointment to this, and I'll announce our shadows in due course during the meeting.
Right. Thank you, Councillor Smedley. And leader of the Liberal Democrats, my good friend, Councillor Evans.
Likewise, I think it's from earlier in the proceedings that I had commented in the chat, but I welcome the reappointment to the executive, and I do hope that in reconfiguring his team later in the year, that the leader considers having a particular unique as climate change portfolio, given that is a feature that other councils have adopted, and it highlights the priority of that work to this council. So I do hope he bears that in mind when he reconfigures his team. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Councillor Evans. Thank you very much. Moving on to item number 7.
Chairman,
Sorry, Chairman. Chairman, have you got your?
Yeah.
Sorry, have you got your camera on?
Yeah.
You may not. Right. Okay. Maybe it's not showing through on my system. Chairman, if we could just get the 2 group leaders to confirm that they are remaining as the group leaders. as agenda item 5, and then we'll get each of the group leaders just to confirm their shadow portfolio holder areas.
Right, thank you for that, Andrew. Thank you. And we'll start with Councillor Brian Smedley, if we could. Just confirm you're staying holders, and have you got any portfolio holders?
Yes, thank you. I confirm that I will be the leader of the Labour group. Kathy Pearce will be my deputy, and I'll tell you the shadow portfolio holders while I'm here. So inward growth and investment will be Alex Glassford, infrastructure and transport Lee Redman, customer access digital delivery will be Kathy Pearce, housing will be Graham Granter, commercial and asset management will be Tony Hayward, and communities and wellbeing will be Alexia Bartlett.
Thank you very much, Councillor Smedley. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you all enjoy your time in the office. Thank you. Now we go to Councillor Bill Revins, the Liberal Democrat leader for the portfolio holders. Any doing there, Bill?
Yeah, just confirm. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Just confirming I've been somehow re-elected as another year as leader of the Liberal Democrat group, and confirming that Councillor Phil Harvey has been re-elected as my deputy, and spokesman are Inward Investment is Mike Murphy, infrastructure Nick Bayliss, customers Lisa Methley, housing Charlie Riches, assets Phil Harvey, and wellbeing is Gary Wong. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councillor Evans. And this item is for note. Is that correct, Andrew?
Yes, thank you very much. Right. It's there for note as a matter of fact. What I will propose to do at the end of this meeting is to circulate the updated list so that everybody's clear as to who's got the various positions there.
Right. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you very much for that. He's always there to help you, Andrew. Always, always, always. As are the other officers as well, I think. We're very lucky at Sedgemoor, we really are. Item number 7, appointments to committees for the 2021 and 22, and appointments of chairman, chairs and deputy chairman and chairs of committees. All members have been provided with a copy of the chairman, chairs and deputy chairman, chairs and the names of councillors nominated to each committee. There's a report to support these allocations, which sets out how the numbers have been calculated. Can I bring you in there, Andrew?
Yes, thank you very much, Chairman. So members, you do have the report there, as the Chairman has mentioned, which just sets out the proportionality and the political balance of the council based on the membership of 48 members. So that is a split of 29 Conservatives, 11 members of the Labour group and 7 Liberal Democrats. Obviously, you will see then there is a report and the tables below. There was an updated report circulated which shows all of the correct names now within the committee places and to the chairs as well on those. There's also one requirement that on the corporate scrutiny committee that the council needs to determine whether it wishes to allocate a seat to the independent member who is not part of a political group, and that was one of the positions that would normally be allocated to the Liberal Democrat group. So we will need to, once a motion has been proposed and seconded, take a vote on that and those final places, all of those places that are before you today, members. So I'm happy to take any questions if there are any, but hopefully it's all fairly straightforward, and I can leave members to come to a conclusion with their voting. Thank you.
Thank you. Have I got a proposal of these recommendations?
Chairman, I'm happy to propose the recommendations, although I think the Liberal Democrat group leader may wish to confirm the place for the independent member. If so, then I'm happy to propose.
Councillor Evans.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Councillor McGinty. Yes, I confirm that we are happy to allocate one of our committee places to Councillor Finneran for another year, and hope he enjoys that role. And while I'm on the topic, just to thank the Labour group for extending that courtesy to me in the previous quadrennium, and hope we can continue this sort of cooperation in the future for minority groups on this council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Evans. Have I got a seconder to propose the recommendations?
Yes, thank you, Chairman. I'm very happy to second that motion. Thank you.
Thank you,
The
Councillor Slocum.
recommendation.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Andrew, back to you, Andrew. Is there any members who wish to abstain or are against this?
Thank you, Chairman. Seeing as there are no members indicating that they wish to vote against or abstain, the 4 recommendations in agenda item 7 are unanimously carried. Thank you, Chairman. Back to you.
Thank you very much once again for all working together. Unanimous. Thank you. Item number 8, scheme of delegation. Members, the scheme of delegation for the new fiscal year is before you. Please, can you confirm if you wish to abstain or against supporting the scheme of delegation? Hand over to Andrew. If I could, please.
Yes, thank you very much. It's they're really more for information and to note. So hopefully, unless there are any questions that relate to it, we can, if nobody's going to abstain or be against, then we can take that as I say, it's more of a note and a matter of fact for the forthcoming year to be read in conjunction with the previous report on the committees and the proportionality, and that then sets out how each of those committees works.
Right, all happy with that, councillors? Looks like it, yeah. Everybody in favour, good.
Councillor McGinty wishes to speak.
Sorry, leader, come in, leader.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. It's just by way of apology. During the executive announcement, I neglected rather naughtily to mention the fact that there is no authority delegated to executive members. I just wanted to clear that up. We normally do that, and I forgot to do it this time, for which I apologise.
Thank you for that, Councillor McGinty. Any questions on that? No, right. Thank you for that. Right. Moving on to item 9, the appointment of representatives to outside bodies. It's been circulated to all councillors prior to this meeting, and I'm looking for a proposer and a seconder.
Councillor Evans.
Councillor Evans.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I wasn't looking to propose or second. You may recall 2 years ago I did raise 1 or 2 concerns about how these roles were distributed, and there was an undertaking from the leader to review the political balance of those. I do appreciate that we've had perhaps more pressing concerns on our mind than to do that, but I would just like to flag that up, that there had been an assurance that we would look at the political balance of the appointment to representative outside bodies, and hope that might come forward in the future, please.
Right, thank you very much. That's Councillor Evans. Did you want to respond to that, Councillor McGinty?
Yep, yeah, duly noted, and yes, the intention is still there. Whilst I'm on my feet nearly, I'd just like to propose the recommendations en bloc. Thank you.
Right. Have I got a seconder for that?
Yes, please, Mr. Chairman. I'm very happy to second that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Slocum. You're happy with this, members? Back to you, Andrew.
Thank you very much, Chairman and members. Agenda item 9, the appointments to outside bodies. No one has voted against or abstained, so those nominations are unanimously carried, and obviously subject to a potential review to be undertaken in the future. And I also will make available a list of those, and if anybody has spotted an error in anything, please do let me know. If there's an error in title or perhaps the naming of some of those, we can get that amended and then just circulate it around.
Thank you very much, Andrew. I saw Councillor McGinty's hand go down. Was that a mistake, Councillor McGinty, or did you want to speak?
No, it's another word we've learnt over the last year. It was a legacy hand, for which I apologise.
Right, no problem there. We've all learned so much about this last year, no question about that. Thank you very much. Right, that seems to be the end of the agenda this afternoon. I just want to thank all members for attending. And we have another meeting again on Friday at 11 o'clock for all councillors, a reconvene meeting that will be. So I'm going to now declare this meeting closed, and thank you all very much for attending, and thank you very, very much for your support. And I do mean that, you know, but I am a trifle nervous, if I'm honest. I've been doing it, had it now 6-7 years, and you get very familiar with people, and it's a little bit different, if you know what I'm saying. A little bit different, I think, but I shall rise to the occasion. Don't worry about that. This meeting is now closed. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.